What it do, anime crew? Hey man, listen, today I am going to be talking about CrunchyBagels video. Let me pull up the title here. The mysterious Pokemon leak that got someone arrested. Now, if you guys have talked to CrunchyBagels at all, you would know this video was a horrific flop. It only has 131,000 views and counting. Baby numbers. And you know what? I know what everybody's thinking. Why don't you just school this CrunchyBagels guy on how to get some views and how to make videos? Listen, guys, I've tried, but he won't listen to me. He keeps making these 2-hour-long plus freaking internet deep dives. I don't understand how he doesn't get that the meta is esoteric, low-budget, low-quality anime skits woven into a analysis video with terrible audio quality. I don't understand what's so hard about that to understand. I mean, I get that it takes some swagger to pull off that maybe, only gurus have, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, if we continue under the pretense that he's not going to drop this whole weird internet deep dive thing that clearly nobody wants to see, I guess I'll just try to speak on the video from that perspective. So, CrunchyBagels has been a anime YouTuber for a long time and recently sort of switched over to an internet deep dive kind of thing. In all seriousness, it seems to have worked out for him much better. It seems to be a topic that he is more interested in, more prone to getting enthralled in the little details of, and it's cute, it's adorable. But overall, and I will also add that it's the type of content that people want to see. Whenever I talk to people about YouTube, I mean, not every time, but most of the time, people will mention something like, oh, yeah, I love watching just 2-hour-long deep dives in the background while I do work or while I edit something or, whatever it may be, while I'm walking or going for a run in the morning. I love to listen to them like I listen to podcasts. And so I think it's very, very good in that sense because not only is CrunchyBagels nailing these huge view counts, but also those views are being spread relatively over a much longer runtime, which means a lot more watch time, which I would assume, which it would make sense for YouTube to favor over shorter videos, just because of the fact that longer videos, if people are watching for longer, that's keeping them on YouTube for longer, giving them more chances to be exposed to ads, more chances to stay on the website. It just makes sense that YouTube would want that. So I think it's actually a great direction for the channel. I just don't know if I've ever necessarily spoken about that explicitly in a video before, even though that's not really the topic of this request very specifically. It is about the most recent Pokemon video. This video is pretty good. I really liked it. I'm actually not the internet deep dive kind of guy. I think I'm just too young for it. I'm a little immature baby boy, and that's why I wrote some notes here, and most of them are this part was funny when he said, May 29th went extremely well. I don't know what it is, but the way he said it and the fucking visual of that little avatar that Jozu drew, real ones know who Jozu is, it just looks so fucking silly for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I'm probably not even quoting word for word. May 29th went extremely well. I don't know. It's so fucking funny to me. I like the story. It's a great story. The biggest testament to this video's quality is the research. When it comes to CrunchyBagels videos, someone in my server actually mentioned one time, they kind of suck, but they have production. I'm just kidding. That first part wasn't said. But they have a great amount of production value and attention to detail in them with the editing. And that definitely carries over into these more research-oriented projects in terms of getting the full story and autistically obsessing over it for a long time. I really respect this because it's something that I can't really do personally. I just don't have the attention span for it, and I don't have the capacity to get that interested in, random gay Pokemon shit. But I really respect it. I really do. So it tells a story in a very dramatized way. He's just giving you the facts. There's not too many long comedic, asides where he kind of gets off into the weeds. It's it's giving you story. It's giving you narrative. It's pacing it dramatically. There are a bunch of cliffhangers, especially in the chapter transitions where it's he says something with that intonation in his voice that has a sense of oh God, what next? And then you want to keep watching next. That's the key. That is the absolute not Rosetta Stone. It's the key. That's the key to making these really long videos work. Is having those cliffhangers, having that dramatic narrative flow to this real life, nonfiction story. And it's really exceptional in that sense. I think this video is just exceptional overall. It's not necessarily the thing that I would usually pay much attention to, but it's is CrunchyBagels. So I did, because I know CrunchyBagels is really, really good at this. I know personally how much time he put into researching and editing this video, so I just kind of like to appreciate it from that lens. CrunchyBagels, you got a great voice, bro. You have an exceptional YouTube voice. I don't know how many people have told you this. I know I've told you this briefly before, but it really does bear repeating that you got a fucking talent for voiceover. And also, you've got a face for radio. So, it all kind of lines up. It's like you got the face for just voice work, but you also got the voice for voice work, so it's kind of perfect. And I think that's a really great fusion of two talents. There was a guy, what was his name, Rufus08 or Rufus10. I don't remember getting involved in the Pokemon, the PokeLeaks drama, but apparently I did, which is pretty neat. I heard Rufus, and I was listening to this while I was driving for work, and my head perked up for a second. I damn near hit a fucking bus, but that was pretty funny. I have a note here about the sense of building anticipation set up by the structure of it being blank days until the leak. I've always really been a fan of that stuff ever since I saw it in Infamous 2. Random ass game to bring up, random ass piece of media to bring up. And I really liked the bit where, well, it wasn't a bit, but I just really I think it's underrated because CrunchyBagels, I've talked to him. I know he doesn't think he's that funny, but it's the little, it's not laugh out loud funny, but it's an issue of charisma, which is a good thing, which he has in abundance. It sounds like I was just saying his big problem is that he's a fucking unlikable loser. When he says, here we have our little friend, I don't remember what the Pokemon's, what's a dumb Pokemon name? Spudkip or whatever, Mudkip, Spudalo or whatever a dumb Pokemon. He's like, here we have our little familiar buddy Spudalo, who's looking rather smug. It's it's just little things like that. I say that and you're like, yeah, so what? But it's a bunch of little stuff like that builds up. And maybe it's just because I know Crunchy personally, but I'm like, you know what? This video doesn't have a lot of laugh out loud, holy shit, this guy's so funny, I'm shitting myself and swerving off my lane into a wall and exploding my car. You're not going to accidentally kill yourself because this is so funny, but it's very charismatic and it'll keep you kind of grinning and smiling in those little less dramatic moments, which is a very important quality to have, arguably more important to have stuff like that as opposed to just having to take a second to step aside and make a joke that only has a purpose of being a joke, and then people can get a laugh out loud out of it. That's not always actually important. I really like that, and there were actually some pretty funny bits in this one, even though it was overall just a crazy story. It was a really great find because this is a story that sounds fictional. There's so many layers to it. It's so well paced out. There's such an arc, so many dramatic twists and turns, and it's Crunchy's really taking you on the journey of research that he had, taking you along for the ride, because it's he went into it thinking it was only going to be about one specific thing, but then, more layers kept revealing themselves, and sort of, I like that sort of link between the creator and the viewer of the, just the shared experience of seeing the entire situation develop retrospectively while you're looking back on it through a research lens and being oh my god, the rabbit hole goes so much deeper. So I really appreciate that. I think the number one thing that I have to say about this video compared to all of Crunchy's other videos is that he didn't fucking shout me out. I'm a CrunchyBagels patron, and I didn't get my epic shout. Now, I'm sure he probably mentioned that on the Patreon, and I just didn't fucking notice. Actually, what I thought made this video more special than a lot of the other ones, other than just the fact that you can see him sort of developing as a like developing this visual style, because Crunchy's been developing a lot of styles over the course of his channel. This is, I believe, CrunchyBagels 3.0. But the Nyan Neko Sugar Girls video had a tremendous amount of polish. Here it feels more seamless. And I don't know that I can put that into really great words. But here the visuals seem like, oh, this guy already feels like he's been doing this for a long time. Not in the way that it's like it's stale, but in the way that it just feels natural. I think it's a lot of little things, and maybe you'll hear that and you'll feel vindicated in like all the small improvements you've made in your editing along the way. Maybe you'll hear this and you'll think like, oh, well, that's some bullshit because I worked on this video and I know there's way more things I'm not happy about. I don't know what it is, but I'm just giving you my honest impression. And that's that the editing has become, like, I don't even know what it would come down to. Like, it flowing with the words better, the subject matter just happening to lend itself more easily to your editing style. I'm not sure what it is, but I really enjoyed the editing of this video. It was super seamless. It all fit into that sort of like calming vibe that will trick somebody into sitting and watching a YouTube video for 2 hours. So that shit was fire. It's just a great story. I just love it's I like the part of the story where the guy's like, guys, we got like, don't repost this, don't go talking about like these leaks and stuff like that. Don't keep digging, don't keep like, you know, poking this bear because it's gonna be bad. Like, we need to just like keep it at this. I'm not trying to like fuck this up. And then it's just like fighting the ocean. It's like every single person won't shut up about it from that point on, and they just fuck themselves because people, you know, they don't know better. It's a story as old as time itself, and I was actually kind of chuckling about that as it unfolded. I really liked that, especially in the context of the aforementioned thing where it's like so and so many days before the leak. It's just a wonderful little dramatic story that keeps you on the edge of your seat. It is especially interesting if you're into Pokemon, I assume. It's a great piece of internet history. It's very well edited. It's extremely well voiced, and I just think it's a really solid video. I maybe didn't quite get the same like emotional core that I got in his Nyan Neko Sugar Girls video, but I am kind of more of a fan of good videos right now at this point in my life. So I think this is actually my favorite V3 Crunchy video. I'm not even gonna lie. My all-time favorite Crunchy video, still probably Eve crafts an item, but you know, this one's up there. It's a strong contender. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. Sorry I don't have anything too much more specific. I'm a bit out of my wheelhouse here, but I just want you to know that I watched it and I really appreciated it. I appreciated the work. You made me watch a 2-hour video all the way through, and that's really fucking impressive, dude. Like, that in and of itself with my skibbity attention span. Sure, you also paid me, but you said, you know, you only have to watch 5 minutes, but I didn't want to only watch 5 minutes. This shit was really good. Yeah. That's pretty much it, I believe. What's y'all's favorite Pokemon? I like Nose Pass.